Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we are talking about underwater labs, submarines, yes, two of them, and the wipes coming up for Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And of course, I'm Jade Monkey. Okay, so let's do the breakdown. I know some people know about this, but hopefully we can show you some extra stuff here that maybe you didn't know about. Okay, so in less than a week, probably by the time you're seeing this, all of this is going to come to PTB. That's the testing staging branch. It is a separate download. You have to have access to that. You just go to your PSN or Microsoft Store and just search for Rust Console Edition Public Testing Branch, and you should find it if you have access. So it's a big deal because we have underwater labs, sea labs, underwater labs. And there's a lot of potential stuff that's coming in. Let's cover the stuff that we do know is coming for sure. So let me go ahead and show you a little trick here. If we take away the water layer, beep boop, you can actually see underwater labs right there. It's very important because this will change depending on the seed of your map. And it has really good loot. You'll see red and blue card puzzles inside of here. There's also a new faction that lives inside. And yes, you can enter under a moon pool. We'll cover more of this as it gets closer to, but it's a fantastic monument. And the fact that we now have, this is a little creepy without the water, isn't it? Let's go here again, and let's turn it back on. It just looks so out of place. So you'll be able to access, obviously, with fins, but also with the submarines. Now, they haven't announced the submarines, but let's be honest. Underwater labs and submarines, both solo and duo, are synonymous. They are connected very much so. I think the real wild card here is the tugboat itself. You can see it here. It's actually a mobile base on the water. Here's the thing. If it doesn't come with us now, with Underwater Labs, I think it'll be coming very soon, and it might be associated to the ferry port, which is the way to connect for inter-server stuff. And what's crazy is that it's not technically in on the PC yet. There's been some tests on the backside, but here's the thing. If we don't see this immediately, there's been so much work done on this that I can tell. I think that whenever the interconnected servers come in with the ferry boats and stuff, I think we'll see this happen very quickly behind it. We've already seen indications that they've got the database structure to track the realms and whatnot. So anyways, basically, if we don't see it, it should be relatively soon after that. It is a fantastic addition, and really, it would make sense if it did come in this time, because this is the submarines are the hard counter, excuse me, to the tugboat, because it's so OP. And here's the thing. Here's a little something you can try on your server. So if you're on Rust Console Edition, on your own custom server, if you go over here and then try to type in spawn, now you can't spawn these in, but the autocomplete works. Type in spawn space tug. You'll see most of these autocomplete. We have most of these on the console side, which is another reason that tells me they're at least prototyping it, and they're close, because we didn't see those before. By all means, try to spawn those in. If you ever get one, let me know. Screenshot it. We'll be sure to highlight it next time. But we did test these quite extensively a while ago. These aren't spawning in, but the fact that they exist just shows you that they're doing some work on this. So that's why I'm kind of like it's 50-50 whether or not the tugboat comes in. But anyways, these are really fantastic. Again, solo duo versions. You can pick this up at the fishing village. And here's the thing, too. We'll come back to the submarines in a second, because I just remembered this. Here's the thing. Over on the PC side, we did just get a big update to the oil rig. Now, I'm unclear whether or not our update will include this. I'll try to get as close as I can and then detach. What's interesting here is the changes to the oil rig. There's now a moon pool on the PC version, and they could technically have added this. They did kind of hint towards this on Twitter. So if they don't do it for the update, maybe they do it sometime in the near future. But there's now a moon pool entrance inside of the oil rig, so you can swim up to it, or you can pull up a submarine, and then it goes all the way upstairs, and then there's access to the first or second floor. I want to say it's the first floor, and it's on both of the oil rigs, which is very interesting. And it's actually a lot of fun. Odin and I got to play around with that a while ago, so yeah, totally fun. And it actually came in this month to main branch on PC, so it is possible that they bring it in. I'm not expecting it, but if all of a sudden we see a moon pool on an oil rig, you'll know why. Anyways, this cooks over on PTB for roughly a month, and then it goes to main branch. So we're looking at full release in like a month and a week. So what is that, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that, if everything goes as planned. And yes, there's a solo version. There is a duo version of the Submarine. They're both sold at the fishing village. I think we already covered that. And yes, they have torpedoes. That means you can attack. And here's the other more important thing. If you sink this mobile base that does have a TC, yes it does, if you go here and then you hold action, yeah, you have an authorized list. Here's the crazy thing. You can actually put a base down in here. I know we covered this last time, but some people don't know yet. And what's crazy is when this sinks, it sticks around for at least an hour or two. So that means if you have doors, you can come back and loot your base and get your stuff. But more importantly, if you have enough torpedoes on these bad boys, someone can raid you just using torpedoes, which is pretty wild. So if you actually submerge, you can actually shoot these torpedoes towards the boat. Actually, we'll shoot towards this because I don't want to sink that boat, but you get the idea. Did I sink my submarine because I was too low? Oh, boo, what a terrible example. I was too low and it popped. That's so funny. Anyways, you get the idea. It has torpedoes, and yes, you can buy those at the fishing village, and you can also learn them and then craft them as well. They're not terribly expensive. That's all you really need. Once you get them in there. It's just such a great way for solos and small groups to actually maneuver through the map. So if you weren't that excited about this before, I'm telling you, get excited. It definitely opens up the map. And let's be honest, it's another legit way to counter cargo ship until we get the harbor improvements. I guess it's worth noting, if we somehow get these harbor improvements with the update, I will be shocked, but I mean, it's always welcomed. If you didn't know, PC just got the ability where the cargo ship pulls in here and loads. So it makes the harbor a lot more interesting, but it also gives you another opportunity to board as it gets closer to shore, but you can also sneak aboard on cargo crates. So again, if we don't get this on this update, I think this will be coming relatively soon. It'll be a surprise. Here's the thing. If all these things come in, like the oil rig improvements and this here, then I think definitely they were working hand in hand with Face Punch to get this out the door. Because typically it comes and hits that PC version and then gets converted over to the console version is how it's gone in the past. But again, that's me on the outside looking in. A lot of this could be very different. Who knows? But either way you cut it, this is going to be a very exciting update. Even if we don't get the tugboats, to be perfectly honest, these submarines are pretty OP. And I like them immensely. And here, look, yes, you can make sub pens. You can open and close doors with, this is all the technology we have in the game now. You can use these RF units to open and close doors if you want to, making it very, very accessible. So yes, and the submarines will stick around longer if you stick them inside. They still decay over time, it's just slower. Okay, on to the wipes. Let's go ahead and cover the custom server first. I just want to make sure that big PSA went out that this is coming out and that it's going to be a big deal, because I know we're very excited for it, especially if we get some of these extra pieces like the tugboat or the oil rig. My goodness. Okay, so my server is here. It is Jade Monkey, 2X, Solo, Duo, Trio, BPs, Recyclers, and Anti-Cheat. Just look at the color flourishes there. That's the best way to find it. Once you do search, it is a very popular server, so the queue is usually full. Here's the best way to find it. If you just search Jade, and then you sort by player slots fullest, we should be at the top of the list. That should help you narrow it down. There's a lot of copycats, so just take note of the way it looks here. That's how you find it. I think there's a couple people that are even trying to copy like the way it looks here. So like I said, if you sort it that way behind us, that's the best way to find us. Our next full wipe is coming up. Probably by the time you're seeing this, it might be the same day. Full wipe, April 18th, 2024. The wipes typically happen between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Is that right? It's a big window because if we get an update and there's hiccups, it takes us a while to respond and fix those things. And flat out, to be perfectly honest, sometimes we're just waiting on a fix or an update that comes through on the G Portal side or 11 side or both. That was the case last time. We literally were waiting for 3 hours before we could actually just apply the update, so nobody could join the server. So we try to communicate that as much as possible. Just keep that in mind. Typically, we try to get between 1 and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's usually the quickest if we don't have an update. But I have a feeling we might have a small patch, and any update can kind of cause it to go a bit longer. But we do try to be as consistent as possible with that. And so we really can't put it on the scheduler because I don't think that's stable yet. And the scheduler is not going to help with stability of the updates. So we pretty much monitor it manually every time it pushes through. Anyways, long story longer. That'll be happening April 18th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are looking to do a queue skip, that's what VIP is for us on the server, nothing else. And what that does, well, yeah, it does a queue skip. But if you like to do that, if you become a channel member here on YouTube, then you go to my community tab and then look for the members only post. If you reply with your PSN or Xbox Live Gamer tag, we will put you in the database and add you to the VIP list. We do it there because it's a nice backup location for that, but also we can heart that message so you know when we add you and you can verify what we had added as well. Just like a nice verification and a way to notify you when it does happen. So yeah, that's where you find it, and that's where we put you. And just a nice another PSA. If you are cheating and you have any kind of device, whether you think it's cheating or not, mouse and keyboard, scripting of any kind, adjustments to your controller, do not have them plugged in when you play on our server. I'm telling you, we'll find you, right? Don't do it. And if you see anybody cheating or using any kind of weird devices, please use the in-game report system. It goes directly to me and the mods. And please be specific with names, grids, and all that good stuff. Anything that's pertinent, it helps us get to them much faster. Yes, we do find them on our own, but the in-game report stuff really does help out a lot. It just helps to get us the ball rolling much quicker, and it helps us find many, many more while we're still working on the other rotten eggs on the server. So what I'm saying is, if you're cheating, do not do it on my server. You will get caught. Okay, so let's see, what else? I think that's it for the custom servers. Let's go ahead and cover the wipes. Weekly main branch, beep boop. We have a soft wipe on April 18th, 2024, Thursday. And if I have all the times correct, I believe the servers come back online at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 a.m. PST, 7:30 p.m. BST. What is this? The soft wipe means keep the blueprints and the map wipe. So you keep the knowledge, but you lose everything else. This is kind of a good time to go in and like scavenge through older bases or decayed bases if you are playing on weekly and you think about maybe shopping a new server. All right, so monthly main branch is the next one here, also known as normal rust. April 18th, 2024, Thursday. We have a no wipe. Means nothing changes, you keep the blueprints, and the map also stays the same. Now, the next scheduled soft wipe for monthlies is April 25th, 2024. I think a month after this might be a hard wipe, maybe. We'll kind of have to wait and see what the update brings us. So what is it, April, May? So maybe May might have a hard wipe for the monthlies, but we'll keep you guys posted. But this is what we know as of this point. Obviously, they can change the soft wipe status to a hard wipe at any time. Again, we'll let you know as soon as we find out. But that's what we have cooking so far. This update's going to be great, and I think it's going to give us a nice look into what's happening for us in the future. And I hope they give us a nice dev blog to kind of highlight what else is coming, because the secret update is still a giant mystery. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll let you know as soon as the dev blog drops. We'll give you some pretty good ideas as to what we think maybe the secret updates are going to be here in the very near future. And if you're interested in maybe no offline raids happening in the future, that could very well be a part of us here on Rust Console Edition. If you want to check out that video, it should already be up on the end screen. And hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream, custom server, or next video. Love you. Bye.